The night air in Bangkok carried a tension that could be felt in every corner of the arena. Thousands of fans leaned forward in their seats, their voices merging into a restless roar as the lights dimmed and the music began to pulse through the speakers. This was more than just another fight. This was a clash of worlds. On one side stood a young warrior from Mexico, Edgar Tabares. At just 25 years old, he walked toward the ring with fire in his eyes and nothing to lose. His record was impressive, his style aggressive, but tonight he faced something far greater than numbers. He faced a legend. Still, there was no fear in his steps. Only belief, only hunger. Across the arena, the atmosphere shifted the moment Rodtang Jitmuangnon emerged. The reigning, defending, undisputed champion moved with a calm that only comes from war-tested experience. At 29, Rodtang had already carved his name into the history of Muay Thai. Over 300 fights, countless victories, and a reputation built on relentless pressure and unbreakable will. As both fighters stood under the bright lights, the contrast was undeniable. Youth versus experience, hunger versus dominance, David versus Goliath. The referee stepped in, laying down the final instructions. The noise of the crowd faded into a distant hum as both men locked eyes. No words were needed. Everything had already been said. The bell rang, and in that instant, the story began. One of courage, danger, and the unforgiving reality of stepping into the ring with the Iron Man. The opening moments were measured, almost cautious, as both fighters began to read each other. But it didn't take long for Edgar Tabares to break the silence. Instead of circling away or showing hesitation, he stood directly in front of Rodtang Jitmuangnon. A bold decision that immediately caught the attention of the crowd. Tabares fired the first real statement with a sharp push kick to the body, followed by chopping low kicks aimed at slowing the champion down. Each strike echoed through the arena, drawing reactions from the audience. Then came something unexpected, a spinning elbow that cut through the air with dangerous intent. It didn't fully land, but it sent a message. The challenger wasn't here to survive, he was here to fight. Rodtang responded in kind. His jab snapped forward with precision, followed by a crushing right hand that thudded against Tabares' guard. But what shocked everyone was the challenger's reaction. He didn't retreat. He didn't panic. He stood his ground and fired back. The exchanges grew heavier. Rodtang began pulling Tabares into close range, looking for his signature body shots. The rhythm of the fight intensified as both men traded kicks and punches. Tabares continued to rely on his push kick and spinning attacks, repeating the same sequence again and again. But beneath Rodtang's calm exterior, something was changing. He was watching, learning. Every movement, every pattern, every habit being stored, analyzed, and prepared for. By the end of the round, the crowd was on its feet. Tabares had done the unthinkable. He had gone toe-to-toe with the champion and survived. But survival was only the beginning of the storm. As the second round began, the energy inside the arena shifted. The patience that defined the opening round was gone. Rodtang Jitmuangnon stepped forward with purpose, his pressure instantly suffocating. This was the version of the champion that had broken countless opponents before. Tabares tried to maintain his rhythm, firing jabs and push kicks, but something was different now. Rodtang was no longer reacting, he was controlling. Every step forced Tabares backward. Every exchange tilted in a champion's favor. A sharp elbow slipped through and briefly stunned the challenger, forcing him to reset. The warning signs were clear. Still, Tabares refused to back down. He launched another push kick, and as he had done so many times before, he followed it with a spinning elbow. But this time, Rodtang was ready. He caught the kick. In that split second, everything slowed. The crowd held its breath as Tabares began to turn into the spin. But Rodtang had already read the move. He stepped forward, cutting off the angle before it could even develop. Then came the counter. A perfectly timed elbow exploded across Tabares' guard, landing clean with devastating force. The impact dropped him instantly to the canvas. No hesitation, no recovery. The referee stepped in. It was over. The arena erupted into chaos as Rodtang calmly walked away, his expression unchanged. For him, this wasn't shocking, it was inevitable. Moments later, the announcement confirmed it. knockout victory in the second round, and still the champion. On a night built on dreams of an upset, reality delivered its final message. The Iron Man remains unstoppable.